Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while. I am so sorry. I'm trying to get this together. Today I decided to do a pick a card reading for what requires balance at this time. I decided to use some stickers that I ordered a while ago with Disney themes, and I decided to use these with the Beauty and the Beast theme. And like I said, the theme is going to be what requires balance at this time. So just take a look at the cards and choose with your intuition. Choose with what is calling to you, with what deck you think has a message for you. So we have pile number 1 with the rose, pile number 2 with the books, and pile number 3 with the beauty mask. So yeah, just take a few minutes. If you want, you can pause the video. If not, let's get started. So I want to get started with pile number 1, and I'm just going to put these over to the side for now so that we can look at what's coming up for pile number 1. All right, so for pile number 1, let's see what we have here. And this is going to be for people that picked the rose. First card that we have is the 9 of Wands. I'm gonna bring that up a little bit. So with the 9 of Wands, you guys have kind of been feeling a little bit of what I like to call the struggle. Things aren't feeling so great. You're kind of feeling, my apologies. You're kind of feeling pretty tired. You're feeling a little bit, for me, the 9 of Wands is the card of me against the world. There's a sense of, I need to fight to protect whatever it is that I'm protecting. I need to stand up for myself. I need to be ready for battle. I need to have the strength and courage to stand my ground. And overall, I am standing my ground. I need to stand my ground. There is no other option at this time. So I am ready for whatever comes my way. So it's kind of an energy of getting ready for a fight, getting ready for a battle, but also being on the defense. Then we have the 3 of Swords. The 3 of Swords is the card of, some sort of heartache, some sort of heartbreak, something has happened. And this is, while I'm filming this, it is July 5th, 2020. So it makes sense because 2020 has been quite the year. So with these two here, it just feels like things are not going your way. Things have not been going your way, and you are ready to kind of face the world, face those problems, face anything that comes your way. But again, it feels like a very defensive energy, very competitive, very I am ready for anything that comes my way. It doesn't feel like you're as much in this 3 of Swords energy as you are in the 9 of Wands energy, which is all about, I am ready to face this. I am ready to face anything that comes my way. I am ready for battle. Then we have the Knight of Cups. And with the Knight of Cups here, with these 3, I'm truly getting that what needs balance is, the Cups is all about feelings and feeling what you're feeling and moving ahead and, letting yourself be led by the heart. The 3 of Swords is always about mental energy and having to go through some form of heartbreak, having to go through some form of disappointment. There's a lot of, even though the 3 of Swords is focused on heartbreak, there's a lot of mental energy that comes with that because you're typically in the mental energy of constantly thinking about it. And with the 9 of Wands here, what we see is, perhaps you followed your heart in the past and you feel like that led to heartbreak, and that is now leading you to having to, face the world and be ready for anything that comes your way. For me, this is coming across as a need to balance the heart space with, what is going on, your passions, and not letting past heartbreak, past disappointment take over so that you're so jaded, so in the space of the Three of Swords that you cannot allow yourself to follow the heart and follow your passions. So what needs balance to me here is, when do you need to use discernment, and when do you need to follow the heart? And it's very important to be in the energy of both sometimes, because we can't just live from one space or another. We cannot be heart-centered all the time, and we cannot be, mind-focused all the time. So it's about balancing those energies out. The next card I have is your self-care for right now. And that one is watch a movie. So I do think there is a need for a break here. There is a need to take some sort of break. There is a need to watch a movie, to relax, to do something fun, to take a break from all of this energy. It feels like you may be almost in an undecisive energy of what do I do next? What can I do next? What requires my attention? What do I need to do? Do I need to, do I need to be ready for this battle? Do I need to sit with the heartbreak? Do I need to try to move forward and allow my heart space to decide what is next? And what's coming in is, a little bit of a break. Do some self-care where you're either watching a movie, watching a show, doing something creative. Maybe you do screenplays, or maybe you like to write, maybe you like to act. Whatever it is, just take a break, relax a little bit. As we can see here, she is cuddled in with her pet. So that would be a good time to perhaps cuddle in and work with your, spend some time with your pets, spend some time just taking a break, not having to be in the energy of the defensiveness, the heartbreak, or trying to figure out what you want, what you need next. Then we have sing. And this is all about, again, for you, there are different cards in this deck, and for you, you're getting two that is all about connecting to your creativity, connecting to fun, connecting to taking a break. So with sing, it's all about, turning on some music that you enjoy and letting your heart sing it out, sitting with it, allowing yourself to feel it. We have so many colors of the rainbow here. So it's about taking a break and trying to not think about everything else that's happening for a little bit and just giving yourself a break. Sometimes when we take a break, we are able to figure out what is needed at that time. We are able to figure out what, a different perspective, a higher perspective of looking at things. Perhaps when we take our break, we can say, okay, now I get how maybe I'm not supposed to be in this Nine of Wands energy, how the Three of Swords had to happen in a sort of a blessing in disguise sort of way, how the Knight of Cups is calling to me because I know what I am being called to do from my heart center. So after that, I picked two goddess cards, and for you, you got Parabati. I'm sorry if I butchered that. Devotion. And I'm going to be honest, to me, this is making sense because it's kind of that energy of what do you want to devote yourself to. With the Nine of Wands, again, it's that defensive energy. With the Three of Swords, you've devoted yourself to something and it has caused heartbreak. And the Knight of Cups is asking you to let your heart lead, to balance that heart space and what you're willing to do and what you're willing to let the heart kind of drive you towards. With devotion here, it's really asking you to take this break and figure out what requires your devotion. For me, devotion is also devotion to a spiritual practice, a spiritual path, a devotion to a creative path, to a creative pursuit. So you're being really asked here to balance these energies out. The next card I have, and I dropped it, I am sorry. I'm actually going to go with the other two and then I will pick that one up. So then we have Libra here, which is very interesting because we have a card. We're doing a reading about balance, and you're being asked to balance. You're being asked to, it says harmonious, cooperative, balanced, socially aware. And Libra is the idealist. So there's the energy of devotion, but there's also the energy of idealist and balance. And, a lot of indecisive energy here, which I think that Three of Swords can kind of allude to. So you are being asked to find balance. So it is a reading about balance and what you need to find balance in. What I'm getting so far is a balance between what you're being called to do and balancing that out with what didn't work in the past, because I feel like you've been through an energy of in the past, you did go in and you did try something. You did let that heart space dictate this. It was probably creative. It's very interesting to me that we have sing and watch a movie here, because I feel like this is a very creative group, and perhaps the thing that you went towards was very creative and it didn't work out the way you wanted it to, and you've kind of given up on that, and you're kind of in that Three of Swords, Nine of Wands energy of, it didn't work out, why would I try that again? It didn't work out, what am I really going to what's the point? I've done this, I've tried it, it hasn't quite worked out. So now I'm kind of, scared, nervous about following the emotions because it hasn't worked out in the past. But you're being asked to balance that out and to allow yourself to dream, allow yourself to be an idealist, allow yourself to devote yourself to something again. And what we have here is quincux, which is complexity. And again, this is a very complex energy that we have here, because we do have that energy of that Three of Swords, which is, that heartbreak, something didn't go your way, something didn't work out. And you also have the energy of Libra, which is all about balancing, then that devotion, that singing, that watch a movie, that Nine of Wands. So you're really being asked to acknowledge how complex it is, allow yourself to transform, to transmute any energy that is keeping you stuck, that is keeping you in the energy of it didn't work before, it's not going to work again, or how is this going to work for me? It's about allowing yourself to devote yourself to something and having the trust that just because it didn't work out in the past, it doesn't mean that it's not going to work out. Then I have Quantum Quattro. And I'm going to be honest, I am not familiar with that crystal at all, so I am going to grab the book and just read a little bit of it from the book. It is from the Crystal Wisdom Healing Oracle, and this is card 12. 1 second. So with this card, it says Quantum Quattro has amazing healing power and a dramatic effect on physical vitality, that Nine of Wands. It brings about an energetic shift and integration. Yeah, integration is all about balance. It's all about bringing in two parts of self, different parts of self, and, marrying them, blending them together. And that is really what this reading is all about. So I am getting that this is really about you blending two separate parts of yourself. And to me, this feels like the passion and the analytical, the rational mind, and, allowing yourself to be an idealist, allowing yourself to have faith, allowing yourself to find harmony within the creativity, within the heart space, and within the rational mind, allowing yourself to get creative, allowing yourself to devote yourself to something. And let me reach for the card that I dropped. I don't even see it. 1 second. Okay, got it. Sorry about that. All right, so last card was Scold, and this is the future, and I'm sorry if I butchered her name. But with this card, what we have here is, again, I think that this group has an idea, because we have the idealist here, we have Libra, and Libra is all about ideas and balancing and being very idealistic. So I do get that this is like your vision for the future, and there is a need to heal, to integrate, to allow yourself to take a break, to look at a higher perspective, to allow yourself to balance, that energy of leading from the heart, your passions, and leading from a space of the mind, of, trying to be rational, trying to second guess everything and figure out how everything is supposed to work, and just allowing things to work for you. I hope this resonated with you. This is all I have for this group. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you like it for more readings. And let's move on to pile number 2. And pile number 2 was the pile with the books. So if you chose the books, this is your reading. First card we have is Ace of Pentacles. There is some sort of creative, I actually don't want to say creative, my apologies. There is some sort of idea that is being handed to you that is going to help you. This could be, it can actually be creative. Typically the Ace of Wands is my card for entrepreneurs, but this is kind of feeling pretty entrepreneur-like energy to me. Let's take a look at the other card. Two of Cups and Ace of Swords. Yeah, there's definitely ideas here for you guys, and it's very interesting that we have the books. So with the Ace of Pentacles and Ace of Swords, there are some ideas, and these ideas are pretty new, and they are very much focused on, in the mental realm and in the what can I manifest realm. With the Two of Cups, this is usually a card of romance, but that's not what I'm getting here. For me here, this Two of Cups is saying that you need to balance these two energies out. If you see, they have 2 cups and they're holding the 2 cups and they are trying to exchange, and kind of, it looks like they are offering the cup to one another. With the Ace of Swords here, you're trying to be very rational, you're trying to figure things out. And with the Ace of Pentacles here, you're being asked to start working on this and to start materializing it, to start actually taking action on it, because the Ace of Pentacles is earth energy, and earth energy is all about you having to actually start to manifest, to bring together, to bring forth, to bring down into the 3D reality. So I feel like the idea is here, and you kind of have an idea on how to make it a reality, how to start working on it. But for some reason, you're kind of stuck in a little bit of a, I don't know if this is what I want to do. I don't know if this is even going to work. And with the Two of Cups here, you're being asked to kind of mix in these two energies and figure out how to make them work, how to make that idea into something that you can make a reality. On the other hand, I'm also getting that this could be about a romantic situation, so I don't feel like that's going to be the case for a lot of people. But if it is about romance, it feels like perhaps it's, you're trying to bring someone in, you're trying to work on something, but you're not quite yet in a space of actually being open to welcoming it in. So either way, it feels like whatever it is, it's more in the mind space, and the struggle seems to be with actually taking the steps to bring it forth into reality and to manifest it in a more tangible way. Let's look at what we have here next. We have plan a vacation. That's not a very easy thing to do right now, but it's coming up. When I get plan a vacation, I think of, with this Ace of Pentacles, how I'm reading this is perhaps there's things that you want to do, vacations that you want to take. And for some of us, we may be in a part of the world where travel is completely possible again. But again, I am recording this on July of 2020. So plan a vacation for me is all about the future and how you want to live your life, how you want to express the energy, and how you want to travel, how you want to see new things, you want to learn about new things. And what this is telling me is, start to take those ideas and start to blend them into something that you can actually create, so that you can live the life that you want, so that you can take the vacations that you want. You can go on the trips. You can go learn the things that you want to learn, that you can experience everything that you want to learn. And it's very interesting because the books are pretty much about, taking a journey somewhere. And it feels like this is all more about the journey inward to me than the actual vacation. Though I do feel like this group would benefit from traveling in the near future, would benefit from being able to go somewhere, visit new cultures, get new sparks of ideas. You would benefit from just going on a journey somewhere, learning new things, learning about new cultures, seeing new horizons. Let's see what the other card is. Alone time. Yeah. So with you guys, there is a need for alone time. And like I said, when I pulled this card, when I flipped it over, it does feel like a journey inward for me. It feels like a journey inward where you are finding that rational part of yourself and that, what you want to create and manifest, and figuring out how to work with those two energies together, how to heal so that you can bring forth those two energies. And with alone time, it's about introspection at this time. It's about sitting down and taking the ideas and writing them down, sitting down and, really sitting with the energy and figuring out which ideas you want to work with at this time. What is calling to you? How can you blend these energies? How can you actually do the balancing of these energies? Because we have earth energy and we have air energy. So how do you blend those two energies together? And we have Hestia, home. Yeah. You guys are really being asked to spend some time with yourself at home, alone time, how to balance that energy of being home, how to balance the energy of, being with yourself, how to find the balance between being in the mind and being in the body. That's what's really coming through, finding the balance between being in the mind and being in the body. Because when we are in the body, we can feel. We can sit and we can grow and we can feel our feelings. We can move forward because we can rationalize our feelings. But if we can't feel them, we can't really truly move forward from them. We can't release them and they become stagnant energy within our bodies. And I do think that this is about you balancing all of these energies out. And I do think this group is spending a lot of alone time, a lot of time at home, which I know is pretty much everyone in the world right now for the most part. But you're really being asked to take this time to balance out the mind and the physical and kind of bring yourself back to your body and figure out what you want to do. Kind of spend some time in the mind, spend some time in the body, and balance the two out. Then we have Bronwyn and we have forgiveness. This is about who you need to forgive, but also forgiveness of self, because I think you tend to be very harsh on yourself. I think you had ideas of what was supposed to happen and it's not happening the way you wanted it to happen. And this is leaving you pretty much in the space of being very hard on yourself. This is also a good time to forgive anyone that has hurt you, anything that has not gone your way, anything that is holding you back or that you feel is holding you back. Remember, the universe works for us, not to us. So take this as a time to spend time with yourself, to spend time in the mind, to spend time in the body, to reconcile the two with the feelings, to, plan what you want to do, but take the time, hold the space for yourself as you make those plans, and be gentle with yourself, be forgiving, be compassionate with everything that's happening in the world at this time. Then we have the fourth house. You cannot make this up. The fourth house is the house of home and roots. So we have home here 2 times, and we have alone time here. So this is all about you finding the balance of self-forgiveness, of self-compassion, kindness, spending time with self, learning how to be okay with the way things are, learning how to balance the mind, the body, and the feelings. So mind, body, and spirit is coming up here. Mind, body, and self, learning how to sit with yourself and do these things for yourself without having to rush yourself through this. What do I need to forgive? What do I need to do to be secure in my home, in my, in my body type of energy? What is needed in my home right now? What do I need to do? You pick the books, maybe even reading a book, learning about something, organizing your home. Then we have Gemini energy. And Gemini is the butterfly. Gemini is all about communication. It's all about the mind. So it's very interesting that we have the Ace of Swords and Gemini right basically underneath each other, because this to me is the energy of, again, the mind and the body. We have the mind with Gemini and the Ace of Swords, and we have the body and the home with Hestia home, 4th house, and Ace of Pentacles. So this is about you really, again, I'm taking this as what you need to balance is your mental state with your body. Perhaps it's time to do some exercise. It's time to explore the mind and figure out, what is my mind telling me? How can I ground that into reality? What is my body asking for? How can I get out of my mind space? How can I communicate? Who do I need to communicate with? What does my house need? What comfort do I need? With this card here, alone time can be, about cooking for yourself, doing some self-care. And self-care can be forgiveness. So that is what needs balancing. The last card I have is Smoky Quartz Celestial. And again, I am going to read from the book. I am not familiar with all of the crystals. So give me 1 second and I will read that one for you. It says, a stone for karmic healing. Smoky Quartz Celestial opens into different dimensions and brings powerful transmutation. Be patient, and much stirs beneath a calm surface. Total transformation is close. No part of you is evil or bad. Embracing your shadow leads to hidden healing in the darkest reaches of yourself. Wow. So with the 4th house and roots and home, I do think shadow work would be helpful to you guys right now, because I think, again, it's about balancing the mind and the body and kind of getting into the feelings and forgiveness. And again, this is all about roots, the background, the family. So look at what's happening within you at this time. Look at what is coming up for healing, because I think that that's going to be super helpful to you guys. And that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonated. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, and comment below. Let me know of anything else you would like to see, and I hope to see you soon. All right, so let's do pile number 3. If you chose pile number 3 with the beauty mask, let's see what your cards are. So the first card is the World. You guys have been through some sort of completion. Then we have the King of Swords, and then we have the Knight of Swords. All right, what is going on here? So you guys have a lot of mental energy going on. Swords is all about the mind. It's very interesting because we have the World, which is completion, and then we have the King of Swords, which has the butterflies up here, which is all about transformation and transmutation. And I feel like you guys have done a lot of transformation. You have been able to transform some mental energy. You have been able to transform, you've been able to transform something quite important, which has led you to closing a chapter in your life. And with the Knight of Swords, you are ready for action. You have done the transformation, you have closed a chapter, you have done the work, and here you are ready to move forward. And usually what happens is once we complete an important cycle, once we have something that we are able to transmute and transform to its highest essence, we get some time for a break. And that break comes because you've done so much work and you're so ready for more, that the universe is kind of like, okay, you get a break now before we move on to the next leg of the journey. And I feel like with this Knight of Swords here, you guys are like, no, I'm ready for more. I'm ready for action. let's go. And this can feel a little bit frustrating because life is not moving as fast or as much as we'd like it to. This feels like my extroverted pile. You guys want to go, you guys are ready to go, but life is not helping you do so. Let's see what the other cards are. Dream journal. I do feel like with this completion, again with the butterflies, there's a lot of energy here of something has been completed. You've finished something out, you've ended something, you have completed a part of your journey. And I do feel like spirit universe has been communicating with you guys through dreams. And I do feel like something is trying to catch your attention, but because you're trying to be in that movement energy, you're trying to move forward, you're trying to, again, it feels like a very extroverted pile. You're trying to go on to the next step of the journey, that you're missing it. So you are being encouraged to do some journaling, some dream journaling. Have a journal next to your bed. When you wake up, if you remember some dreams, write them down, because it says, are you keeping? So are you keeping a dream journal? That is part of your self-care. That is part of what you're being asked to do in order to balance this energy. So again, I do feel like you're getting ideas, you are getting downloads of what is coming next, but you're kind of trying to go so fast that you're missing it. So you are being asked to keep a dream journal and to pay attention to not only dreams, but your intuition and any signs, any omens that are being presented to you. Then we have clean your space. And clean your space makes sense to me because you've completed something, you've let go of something, you've transformed something, you have grown, you have moved into King of Swords, the world's energy. So you're being asked to clean your space. I feel like this is about your mental space, your conditioning, your beliefs. Just kind of take notes of what no longer needs to be carried forth as you move forward, and also kind of like some spring cleaning type of cleaning where you're getting rid of things so that you can make space for new things that want to come in. And again, this isn't just about your physical space, it's about your mental space and what you're willing to carry forth as you move forth. Because you've already done a completion, so you need to get ready and make space for what's to come. And as you make space, make notice of your dreams, your intuitions, your omens, what you're running into. Perhaps you're going outside and you're seeing a bird, and it's a specific type of bird. Maybe it's a cardinal, a crow, whatever it is that you're seeing, take note of that. Maybe you're going out and you're seeing some feathers, take note of that. Maybe you're going to sleep and you're having a dream, take note of that. And as you write it down, you're able to look back and make sense of it all. Let's see what goddess we have here. Ellen, patterns. Yeah. You have completed a part of your journey and you have broken some patterns, but in order to not fall back into the patterns, instead of going into that Knight of Swords energy, you have to take the break and you have to clean your space, your internal space, your outer space. You have to notice the dreams, you have to notice the patterns so that you're not repeating them, so that you're not falling right back into them. You also have to notice the patterns that you have broken so that you can acknowledge it. You can say, that's what I did, that's how far I've come, and now I'm ready to move forward and leave these patterns behind, leave these cycles behind. Because then we have Hera, Alliance. And to me, this is speaking about you are ready to move forward, you are ready to try new things. You are definitely in that Knight of Swords energy, but you do have to allow yourself the time for action to pick back up. With Alliance, I do feel like you are going to be running into people that may be helpful to you. It feels like soul family may be coming in. It feels like you may have even released some people, and that is what that world transformation was, and that is the space that you're cleaning. It's making space for the people that you want to bring forward, making space for the alliances that you want to bring forward, making space for who you want to be. And what's standing out to me about this card and about that card together, and I'm going to hold them up for you, is that we have here peacock for the feathers, and we also have similar colors here. So this is about standing out, being seen, and allowing your people, your soul family, to find you, allowing yourself to form new alliances, to form better friendships, relationships. But you need to create the space, you need to make the space, you need to allow the action to come in, you need to allow these people to come forward and not rush into it. Ascendant outlook, and I feel like this is what has changed for you. And with ascendant and outlook, we have worldview, mission statement, expression, effect, role, mark, attitude, outer self, point of view, body image, aura. So this is about you have changed, you have transformed. Again, those butterflies keep standing out to me with that peacock. You are now ready to be seen. So this is about you taking this new outlook as you move forward in life. And that's what requires balance, the need to take action with the need to, take your time and make the space and allow the new outlook to take form and to to manifest more organically rather than just rushing forward. Then we have semi-sextile, and this is about allowing. Yes. So instead of forcing things, what needs balance is your desire to move forward and to kind of take the action and almost force the action in a way and allow the patterns to be shown to you. Allow the cycles of life to take form. Allow, your outlook to bring forth the people that are supposed to come in, the situations, the opportunities, and, allowing yourself to be in a state of receiving, allowing yourself to be more receptive rather than being in the state of wanting to take action. The final card that we have here is citrine, and I do know citrine, that is a very beautiful card to have, but I am going to read from the book. So it says, and I opened straight to citrine, and it says citrine is the stone of abundance, and it says a stone of joy and abundance. Citrine helps you to interact creatively with the world. It promotes inner calm. You spend too much time worrying about home, family, and finances. Remember, you are an abundant being that manifests what you need. You are an innocent, wise child who yearns to play. Joyful play creates a wonderful world. Be grateful, for you are blessed. True abundance comes from within. My apologies. If you nurture your desires, you'll bring joy to your wise child self. Again, allowing yourself to be creative, allowing yourself to receive, doing the things that need to be done around the home, while allowing the world to come to you, allowing things to happen, allowing the opportunities for action to come forward. At this time, as you wait, I know that you probably are getting a little bit impatient. This would be a good time for this group to engage in some sort of creativity, to do some journaling, to do some future self journaling. That's really coming in here of what I want to bring in. Who am I at this point? What would bring me happiness? What makes my outer world beautiful? So just sit with the energy and balance it out and allow things to happen while doing what needs to be done at home, while doing what needs to be done internally. That is all I have for this group. I hope it resonates with you. If you do like this message, please like, subscribe, and comment below. I will see you all soon. Have a wonderful day, week, month. Bye for now.